Hey you guys, what's going on? So, I made it to Mount Charleston. Well, Lee Canyon. I went up to the top of Mount Charleston. There's like a lot of people up there. So, here I am in Lee Canyon area. I actually had to kick my truck into four-wheel drive coming up into this part because it's like an off-road area and there's really nobody out here. There's one other car on the other side, but I just wanted to come up to see the snow. See the trees. I mean, look at it. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful up here. It's part of the reason I want to move to Nashville or Tennessee, period. Get out to the country, you know, maybe live outside of Nashville. But yeah, here I am. It's not as cold as I thought it would be. I got my light jacket on instead of anything heavy. And my truck sounds like it's seriously gonna die right now. That's why I'm afraid to shut it off. My fuel pump's like really loud. But yeah, it's so fucking pretty out here. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, I guess I could start telling you guys a little bit about how I came out of the closet and whatnot. My coming out story has a lot of ups and downs, goods and bads. Different people took it in different ways. I think the person who took it the hardest was my dad. But that's a whole nother story in itself, which we'll get to. I think the first person I ever came out to was, let's see, I was like, I want to say 13 years old. I came out to my brother Joe, my stepbrother, and he was like my best friend growing up. And although he's my stepbrother, he's pretty much blood to me. Like, I wouldn't trade him for the world. And yeah, he was the first person I ever came out to, and he accepted it with no problems. You know, he was like, "You're my brother, and nothing's gonna change that." And I mean, just that, nothing changed between us at all. The second person, the other two people I came out to was my mom and my stepdad. And I was afraid to do that in person, so I actually wrote a letter. There was actually a poem that I wrote, and I left it in their car when they dropped me back off at my real dad's house. And they were like a few hundred miles away when they read it, and my mom called me and she was like, "I knew it. You didn't even have to tell me. I love you just the way you are, but I knew it all along." And I guess that's just something that moms or parents in general, they can just tell. And my stepdad, the same thing. He was like, "You're still my son, regardless of your sexual orientation. It doesn't matter." So yeah, and that was all good and grand. I came out to my older brother David when I was 14 or 15, and his reaction was the best reaction I've had. We were supposed to go out to the movies, and I had called him, and I was like, you know, "There's something I need to tell you before we go out to the movies or whatever." And he's like, "What's that?" And I told him, I was like, "Well, I'm gay. I like guys." And his reaction was, his exact words were, "Ew, that's gross. Are we gonna go watch this movie or what?" And I was like, "Really? That's it?" And he goes, "Yeah, I don't care. Just, it's gross, but let's go watch this movie. Let's go out. Let's have a good time." I was like, "Well, fucking A, let's do it." So, and when I came out to him, he of course told his buddies, his friends, which were also my friends. And they were all like upset with me, wondering why I didn't tell them, or why I was afraid to tell them, and this, that, or the other. And I was like, you know, I was afraid to tell anybody. I didn't know. And when my dad found out, I didn't even tell him. My boyfriend at the time had sent a letter to my house, and me and my dad have the same name, first and last, same name. So the guy I was dating, it was a long distance relationship, and he had sent me a letter with a lot of stuff in it that was aiming towards me being gay or whatnot. And my dad had opened it thinking it was a letter for him, and oh no, it was not a letter for him. I came home from school that day and he was very upset. I didn't know what to say to him, so I just went to my room. He came to my room a few hours later and told me I was going to my mom's house for the weekend to pack a bag. So I did, and I was stoked about it. I was like, fucking A, I love my mom's house, so fuck it, let's do it. So he drops me off at my mom's house for the weekend. He dropped me off Friday. Monday came around, he never came back. A week went by, he never came back. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, months, he pretty much kicked me out. Ditched me at my mom's house, pulled me out of school, like the whole thing just wrote me off. And I ended up moving back in with him months and months, like almost 9 months later. And the only reason he really accepted me is because his wife, my stepmom, threatened to divorce him if he didn't accept me for who I was. So now we don't have the same relationship we used to. We talk. He is my dad, I'm his son. But we don't have the same relationship we used to. And yeah, it sucks. But after that was pretty much the hard part, was coming out to my parents and my closest siblings. Now I just really don't care. I don't care what people think. If you don't like me, don't talk to me. It's simple as that. But yeah, that's pretty much my coming out story, real in a nutshell. It happened a long time ago, because now I'm 25. I'm gonna be 26 next month. Rock on. But yeah, so I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna start driving back to Vegas. Although I would love to just stay up here and hang out. Oh God, look at it. It's beautiful up here. And I'm gonna have to wash my truck. Look at this dirty thing. It was clean when I came up here. Yikes. Alright, well, see you guys later. Oops.